I got some parts in the mail from China, so I'm not sure about these parts. They look a little strange to me. So these are date codes of, well, so first of all the date codes are different, which is weird. Usually the date codes will be, you know, somewhat the same. 12th week of 93, 14th week of 94, 8th week of 94, 14th week of 93. So, 14th of 93, I guess those are the same. But they don't, their markings are different. The printing is a little different between the two. Oh, this is a C and this is a K. So anyway, everything is weird about these parts. The markings look like they're supposed to. The leads look like they've never been used, and they're splayed out a little bit. I don't know if that shows up on camera, but I'm not sure if they've, well, maybe. I'm not sure if they've ever been in a socket, but it's possible. I'm assuming these were removed from some piece of equipment. They certainly didn't come out of a tube. They would all have the same date code. And they're old parts, right? 1993, so they're old parts. The leads look absolutely perfect, like the leads were like made yesterday. So that's kind of suspicious as well, but maybe they just aged well. I don't know. They all have the same markings on the bottom. So the markings are a packaging house in the Philippines, SG in the Philippines. So at least they don't say China on the bottom. They, you know, I would have expected them to say Malaysia, but Philippines was around as well. But anyway, I just don't know what to make of these parts. Now, these parts are so weird. So if you're going to get a fake op amp, there's lots of op amps to choose from, but these parts are so bizarre, I think that they would be hard to fake. And the reason I'm saying that is they have a latch enable and a chip select. So there's an enable pin on pin 6, which is weird. And then if you look at the power consumption drops by about half when it goes from enabled to not enabled. So I think that's the way we can test these parts. We'll take a look at the current draw, enabled and unenabled. And a fake chip is just not going to, fake chip's just not going to be able to do that. I just have a hard time, believing that. So let's get set up here. All right, so we have plus or minus 15 volts as per the data sheet. Let's go ahead and turn the part on. Is everything hooked up? Yeah, everything's hooked up. Okay, so we're drawing 12 milliamps on the plus rail and 10 milliamps on the negative rail when enabled. And the data sheet says the positive is going to be anywhere between 8.5 and 12, and it's 12. And the negative supply is going to be anywhere between 13 and 17, and it's only 10. So it's a bit low, but 13 is as a typical. It doesn't give a minimum, it just gives a typical. So maybe that's just okay. All right, so then we will take the enable line and we will tie it high, and everything has, oops, I didn't do that right. I tied it to plus 15 instead of plus 5. That wasn't good. Let me put it on plus 5 here. Hopefully I didn't damage the part. Ah, there we go. So if it did drop a little bit. I'm wondering if I fried this part though. Let's turn this off. Get brand new expensive parts and fry one of them. That'd be just my luck. I don't think I did. But just to be sure, let's put another one in. Okay, so this is disabled. So it's 12 and 10. And they should have dropped farther than that. And if I enable them, they didn't change. All right, let's do the chip select. Chip select is this one here. And let's tie it high. Oh, and that dropped it. Oh, there we go. Maybe it's chip enable pin. Okay. So the chip enable took it down to 4 and 7. And that's right. Okay. Well, maybe these are good parts. 4 and 7. And then if I enable it, chip select it, they go up to 12 and 11 for this part. This is a different part. So I think it's okay. So let me take this part out. I'm going to measure the current draw on all these parts. That's the same. Let's look at this part here. That's the same. This part. Same. And this part. Now, I confronted the seller thinking these parts weren't right, because just everything about them just was weird. And the seller responded very well, and he answered a bunch of questions, and he seemed very, very sincere. So I believe these are the real deal. I don't know what they came out of, though. Obviously, I don't think they're going to be new. And because they have all different date codes, they probably were just taken out of equipment. So whenever there's probably some piece of equipment that people just kept pulling all those parts out of and saving them and trying to resell them. Anyway, somehow he got a bunch of these and he sells them, and I believe them to be the okay part. So let's pop one in the machine and see if it makes any difference. All right. Let's go ahead and check out our parts here. So this was the part that I've replaced with a bodged comparator. So let's pull him out. All right. And we will put in an official part. Okay, let's put an official part in. I need to bend the leads in just a tiny little bit. I'm not sure what kind of socket these were in, but mine require a little bit of bending. I'm using a real high quality pin socket. A vintage socket as well. That's a really high quality socket that I save for special occasions. All right, so there we go. It is in there. Put the top on just for grins. All right, and let's get a power cord. And here's the line. It feels like it's like this. Yeah. All right, you want to see it? Testing hardware. DDD. And I have to look way underneath. Nope, error. Let's see here. I'm upside down. What do I do? I don't remember now. It's been a while since I've worked on this thing. Here's the error. Blue error. 202. Okay, well, it didn't fix that problem. Might have fixed other problems. Let me turn the oscilloscope on and see if it's actually operating. I believe it was 902, 501. Is the 501 was the one that was supposed to go whack up and down? I think it was. 501, so we will monitor that line and see if it toggles at all. All right, let's do a default setup here. Let's go get some vertical in it. Let's use a mouse. I'm going to trigger mode triggered. Okay, let's set the trigger level to something here, and let's turn it on and see if we get anything to happen there. Yep. So that never worked with the old part, so this part is working. That's a good thing. Just doesn't fix the whole instrument. So it definitely was dead. We tested that. We replaced it. It's alive now. It's the correct part. So we need to move on. I probably should check the other board. So on this board here, there are two other of those parts. They are, where are they? I think they're over here somewhere. Under this cover. I'll take this cover off. I think there's two other parts over there. Now, 202 says you've got a bad A2 board. This is the A2 board is the one we just looked at. This is the A1 board, I believe. But it could be not having, not having another box to compare to. I think all the videos I've seen online of people trying to fix these things, they either get lucky, it was just a fuse or some other thing, or they have two units and they can swap things in and out, or they say, well, we'll just buy another A2 card and pop it in there, spend another $1,000 or whatever. I don't know. I'm not going to have that luxury. So this might be one of those projects where it sits on my shelf until I get another one of these, or until I find somebody who needs one of these and then I donate it. So I just don't think I'm going to be able to solve much. I might do one thing though, just for fun and maybe just for the community, and that is to actually make a board that was used in more modern things or in repairs that uses a different part. It uses a EL2252 part, which is a dual part, and then there's a little tiny daughter card that has two ICs on it. So it uses, so right here under this are two parts right next to each other, and that little daughter card replaces those two 2018s with one 2252 on a little card. And then if they work on this board, they replace that single IC with that double board. They only use half of that IC, but they use the same piggyback board, retrofitting this card and retrofitting this card. So I think I might reverse engineer that little board and build one, and just because it seems like a good thing to do. But so far, no luck. I'll have to dig in deeper and try to find something next to chew on.